2023 is coming to an end and we have a new year in front of us. Every year I like to take some time and collect my thoughts and kind of think back on the year that has passed and remember both the highs and the lows. If you are employed, you usually do these kind of yearly reviews or quarterly reviews with your manager or your team. But if you're a freelancer or if you feel this is necessary for you, I think this is a great opportunity to take that time. I'm a full-time freelancer and I would like to continue being that for the next year. But that means that I need to set some goals. And I'm really not a business person. This is not something that I enjoy doing, like setting goals. But I do enjoy reflecting and thinking and talking about how things feel. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna plan my year and I'm gonna bring you with me. So my document that I will share, if that's helpful for you, please use it. If it's not helpful, find something else online. There are plenty of guides that you can use. I can recommend checking out Truthless yearly review. And if you are Swedish, I suggest you Google Mitt företagsår. I can also leave some links below because those are two that I've looked to when I created my own document. If you want to feel inspired by this and then create your own, please do that. Don't feel that it has to be a certain way. Because I like to reflect on feelings and emotions, I have included some questions about that. But we will also set some actual goals, things that we can measure. And I find this to be very helpful because I did this 6 months ago. I did like a mid-year review.
Let me pause real quick because one of my earlier videos that I made this summer is now up to, I think it's close to 20,000 views. And I was monetized earlier in December. And I had totally forgotten that I had written this as the best thing that could happen this year.
Of my year so far. And it was very fun to read that when I just read it when I was about to start filming this video. And I mean, we forget things very easily and so many things happen. So it's quite fun to have those notes from your past self and also remember that you might have been dreaming about something that you have already achieved. Or you realize that something that you were dreaming of wasn't that important. I'm gonna share a few of the things that I'm gonna write down, but some things are for myself to keep. And I will also share my vision board at the end. So yeah, if you wanna tag along, do that. Otherwise, just watch this video and maybe feel inspired. And yeah, we're in this together. Let's take out my computer. I have created this as a document on my Drive, so I can find it whether I'm on my phone or on my computer. You can print this, or you can do the same thing and write down the questions in your own document online, or if you want to do it manually. I have a calendar and a planner, so if you want to use that, definitely do that. First thing is brain dump. This is when you just write. If you've ever taken a writing course, you might be familiar with this technique where you put a timer on, it can be 3 minutes or 5 minutes, and you just write. I feel this is good to get my brain started. This is not the time when you plan. This is only the time when you write down what's on your mind right now. Set a timer on your phone for 3 minutes. If you need to continue after that, continue. If you don't know what to write, you just write, I don't know what to write, okay? Let's do that now. If you want to pause at any time, please do that. Otherwise, the next question that I have here is, what did I work on in the past 6 months and how did that make me feel? It can be super specific, like listing the projects that you had or tasks or maybe emotional growth or other things, and then just adding how that made you feel. It can be long or short. So for me, I worked the majority of my time for Amnesty International Sweden as a communications consultant, and I also did a PR gig for a dance festival called Malmö Dance Week, and that was very fun, and it made me feel stressed many times because it was a lot at the same time, but it also made me grow a lot because I had to deal with things that I normally don't deal with being a freelancer. So write down both the highs and the lows and the feelings. The next question is, what am I proud of with these experiences? So try to remember what you did and what you feel proud of in relation to that. For me, I feel proud of having actually managed to do those 2 projects. That was more than full time for a bit, and at the same time keeping a frequent posting on YouTube, but also taking the time to not post when I was sick or when I felt very low on energy and I just needed to take some time to rest. So I'm very proud of having listened to my needs, but at the same time followed what I wanted to do. The next question is, what did I learn? Every time I'm about to do these things, it feels like a little cliche to be like, what did I learn? And then it feels like it has to be something very big and deep, and it can be. But I've realized that every time I do these little reflections with myself, I realize that I've actually learned something from every experience. And it can be small or it can be big. It can be very, very specific, or it can be something broad in general. I wrote down that I learned that I can do things when I'm accepting every feeling I have in my body when doing it. If you know me, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't know me, you might find out if you watch my other videos. This is something that I'm practicing, accepting where I am and how that feels and staying with that. It's time to start dreaming. What do you dream of right now? This can be something big, something small, something achievable, or something that you think that you will never achieve. This is not when we restrict ourselves. This is only about dreaming, okay? So write down everything you can think of. Let me share a little bit of my dreams. So I own a plot, a piece of land in Sweden that I bought together with my husband many years ago. And then because of the pandemic and us moving here to Copenhagen and different things happening, it has all been postponed for like 3 years now. And I'm dreaming of having my own little cabin. And this is something that a lot of my dreams revolve around. I want to be able to have a little summer house where I can spend the summers, or maybe learn a little bit more about gardening or learn more about how to build things myself, but also have it be a sanctuary and a place where I can take my friends or family members that need to get away from the city, or where we can just, I don't know, celebrate midsummer. It just feels like the most luxurious thing ever, and we don't have a lot of money, and yeah, this was something, we bought this plot of land when we had known each other for like 6 months or something. So I think it was one of those crazy in love things. We just took all of our savings and bought this plot together. So I'm dreaming of having the resources to build our little cabin there soon. I'm also dreaming of having a salary every month. I have been working with a study project that gave me money so I could take out a little salary for myself every month. Not having that means that I need to find new ways, and this is what I'm exploring right now. I feel confident that I will figure out a way, but it's also a little scary. But I'm dreaming of having a steady income every month. I'm also dreaming of creating more content based on videography and photography and words and everything that we call content. I think that is super fun and it feels very creative and rewarding for me. So this is something that I'm dreaming of. And I think I'm also dreaming of doing some upgrades in our apartment that will make our lives easier. I'll tell you more about that in other videos. The next question that I want you to ask yourself is, what is important? What is important to you right now? The most important thing for me right now is to find a way to earn money and to do that before I run out of my savings, and to continue to feel fulfilled and happy. That's important. This next question is, what do I worry about? Or what do you worry about? It can be small, big, you decide. For me, it's like, as my channel grows, I'm also a bit scared that like haters will find me and start hating on me. People can be so mean online, and so far I have a quite small following, and that means that I have very kind people that have found me, and I want to keep it that way. But I also want to grow my channel so I can connect with more people, but I'm a bit worried that that might mean that some mean people will find me. How do I want to feel in 6 months? How do you want to feel in 6 months? Again, big, small, very specific, very general. You decide. For me, I wrote down, I want to feel proud, settled, content, creative, full of ideas, and calm. Time to be more goal-oriented and specific. And we're gonna write down one goal or many goals that are based on this SMART chart, I think it's called. That means that it needs to be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound, because this makes it easier for you to set a goal and to follow up on that goal. So for me, my goal for the coming 6 months, in 6 months, I want to have reached 10,000 subscribers, and I want to have at least 5,000 views on my videos. I also want to earn at least 10,000 Swedish crowns per sponsored video, and I would like to do at least 2 sponsored videos a month. I have no idea if this is a crazy goal or if it's achievable. I think it might be achievable. At least it's very measurable and specific. Before we move to the vision board, I want to take the time, and I want you to take the time for yourself to write down some kind words to yourself. Times can be tough, and we find ourselves questioning ourselves many times. I do this a lot, and I think it's important to remember that we must be our own best friend. So I want you to be your own older sister or your own younger sister or your best friend, and write down kind words about yourself and your dreams and all of that to yourself. When I wrote this, I actually felt a little emotional because I don't know, sometimes when we feel we don't have that internal validation or that internal safety, thinking about these things, I don't know, it makes me emotional. So I guess it's a good thing. Alright, so let's move over to the vision board. I know that some people are very visual and really like to plan things visually with images and photos. I'm more text-based, but I've learned to be more visual lately as I start working with what I'm doing right now. So I have created my own vision board. It's on Pinterest and the link is below. And you will see the things that I have here. So let's talk a little bit about my vision board. If you want to grab some photos from my Pinterest board, please do. Some of these are my own photos, some of these are just pins that I have saved. So some things I think you will understand. Like I have a lot of photos of wood cabins and gardens and that cottage vibe, and this is specifically, like I just told you about our summer house dreams. But I also have some photos where people are dancing, jazz in the 40s and stuff. And this is because I wanna take a dancing course next year. I did a lot of dancing, or like I tried out a lot of different dance classes when I was a kid, but I haven't done that in a while, and it would be fun to try that out this year. Nothing big. I'm not gonna change my career. It's just something that I would like to try out on my free time. I have also added some outfit photos because I like clothes, and I'm gonna continue making my own clothes and sewing. And I also have more and more friends asking me if I can sew things for them. So that's exciting. I have also added some photos of gym girls, and this might not be something that fits with my vibe, I guess. I've never seen myself as a strong woman when it comes to my body. I've felt strong mentally and in other ways, but I've never felt strong in my body. And this has been literally quite painful sometimes, because I've had a lot of pain in my shoulders. So this fall I started working out every week. I've been going to the gym every week, and I realized that I started like feeling a bit stronger, and it's cool, and I want to make more people feel strong in their bodies. So I'm planning to talk more about this in a coming video, because exercising can be such a good medicine against anxiety and depression, and we are so many women that are on antidepressants and men that are depressed and very anxious. So this is something that I want to explore more, like how I can use exercise to feel better mentally. I also have photos of like dinner tables, because I want to have more dinners in my apartment and invite more people over. I was looking for a photo of friendship, but it's a little difficult to find a photo that really describes friendship. But I really want to take the time, and I envision myself spending more time with friends and maybe getting new friends. I really want to show the friends that I have that I really care about them and deepen my friendships. That feels very important to me right now, especially since my fall was so busy and I felt like I was working all the time. So yeah, I feel I need to catch up with my girlfriends and my boyfriends. It's very fun to create your own vision board, so I'm gonna continue doing this for a bit now. And yeah, I really want to encourage you to do the same. Obviously this is not something that you need to share with everyone, or with anyone. But if you want to see my vision board, you'll find the link below. I hope to see you soon again. I will definitely see you in the next video, and I wish you a happy new year and see you soon again.